More to the game, I'm back early. I know I usually go on Sundays, but I had to come a day early because we got these playoff games. I want to get this episode out right now. We'll be talking about the divisional round and what's at stake for these quarterbacks. And in the spirit of talking quarterbacks, I'm going to give you my top 10 list of quarterbacks all time. Right here in front of me, I got number 1, the GOAT, Tom Brady. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes, the next GOAT. Number 3, the old GOAT, Joe Montana. Then we get into 4, Peyton Manning. 5, Aaron Rodgers. 6, Dan Marino. 7, Brett Favre. 8, Drew Brees. 9, John Elway. And 10, Kurt Warner. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of narratives, a lot of legacy at stake this weekend, and I got to start with the oldest quarterback in the playoffs, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford currently has so much to gain from this playoff run. He's already had a Super Bowl run. He may be getting MVP this year. If Stafford this run gets another Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP, he's going in my top 10 all time, I'll let you know. Stafford already has all the traits, the physical traits, the arm talent. He's tough as nails. He's battled through so many injuries. He's an Iron Man. In terms of traits, Matthew Stafford is tough, has arm talent, and he's clutch. And when I say clutch, I mean clutch. Ice cold, ice in his veins. And we talk about clutch, he is tied for the most game-winning drives in a season and has the most season with 4+ game-winning drives and is 3rd all-time in playoff passer rating. The man does not shy away from the big moments. And we saw that when the Rams brought him in, he brought a Super Bowl back to the city year 1. To go along with the traits of being tough, clutch, and having the arm talent, he got the stats. Matthew Stafford is top 10 in yards, top 6 in touchdowns, and top 6 in yards per game. We all know Stafford has a ring, but he also has 3 Pro Bowls and an All-Pro. And an All-Pro in an era where he's had to go through Brady, Manning, Rodgers, Brees, Rivers, Roethlisberger. Then later on, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Jackson. He's had a great quarterback era and eras to go through to get to that. And there was a lot of aura in that initial era with Brady, Manning, and Rodgers. It's a lot of aura. And then throw Drew Brees in there. It's tough to get all pros. And he got one. Look at his accolades. We said a Super Bowl, All-Pro, 3 Pro Bowls. Then you can add in a possible MVP this year and maybe another Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP. That resume is looking pretty tough. On top of that, he has more yards per game than Dan Marino, more touchdowns than John Elway, and he's been more efficient than Brett Favre. So with all that said, Matthew Stafford with an amazing playoff run and a possible Super Bowl MVP could elevate into top 10 status, and some may even argue top 5 status. It's going to be up for debate. But if he gets that, ESPN has a lot to talk about. Now on to the second quarterback for debate, and he is the man right now in the NFL, the best quarterback in the NFL currently, even better than my guy Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Josh Allen, with a Super Bowl run, will lay claim to the same trajectory of becoming a GOAT. He has all those traits we talked about with Matthew Stafford. He has the arm talent, he's clutch, he's durable, and he also has the legs and size. He has that Cam Newton frame, maybe not as fast, as shifty, as twitchy, but he has the same amount of production and the same amount of frustration that he calls defenses trying to get him down. And if you look at all of Josh Allen's stats at this age, at 29, he's comparable with Brady, Manning, Favre, and right there behind Patrick Mahomes. He's on the trajectory already. All he needs is that elusive Super Bowl. Already, Josh Allen has 4 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pro, and an MVP. Add in a Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP, he's next in line. He's going to jump some guys. He's definitely going to be in that top 10. On top of that, even though Josh Allen has the narrative and rep about his playoff woes, playoff performances, it hasn't been him, it's been his team. In the postseason, he has the best touchdown-interception ratio. 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. 26-4. That's crazy. And if you compare it to Manning and Brady at this time in their careers, Manning was 3-7, and Brady, even though he was 9-0, he had 9 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. So as a playoff performer, he's already one of the all-time greats. He just needs his team to come through. It's going to be a tough task playing the Broncos, but if Superman could put on that cape, it's going to be a great, great thing for his legacy. Now we're going to move on to some of the quarterbacks that have a little less aura, a little less accolades, a little less shine and sizzle. We're going to talk about Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has got to perform this playoff. He has got to. He had to bye. He's injured. We know the oblique. He's got to perform. Last year in the playoffs, it was ugly. He got sacked 9 times, threw a pick, and gave up a fumble 6. The game was terrible. This year, with Seattle's defense, they had the #1 scoring defense in the league. He has got to perform. And with this injury, I'm pretty sure they're going to try to protect him. No one's asking Sam Darnold to put up Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford numbers. But Sam Darnold cannot be the reason they lose. He just cannot mess it up for them. They've been taking the ball out of his hands more and more over the past weeks, and he just cannot mess it up for them. If he does, he is going to be labeled as a playoff choker and a perennial loser. Even though the last 2 years he's won a lot of regular season games, people are questioning his clutch ability, his mental stamina, his mental strength and toughness, because when the moments get big, it does not look good for Sam Darnold. In a similar situation, we got C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud has the #2 scoring defense of the Houston Texans, and he also has questions to answer. His rookie season was amazing, but since then, he has not looked good. He's been playing okay, but he's definitely not the driving force to why they're winning games this year. As long as he doesn't mess it up, just like Sam Darnold, Houston Texans can make a playoff. As long as he doesn't mess it up, just like Sam Darnold, the Texans can make a playoff run as well. Just last weekend in the wild card, he had 5 fumbles and a pick. 5 fumbles and a pick, and the team still blew out the Steelers. C.J. Stroud has to be an elite game manager. Don't turn the ball over. Don't give the other team short fields. Just don't mess it up. Don't let it be you. Don't let it be you. And unlike Sam Darnold, he's healthy. As far as I know, C.J. Stroud is ready to go. He doesn't have to worry about no beat like Sam Darnold. He doesn't have any excuses. The only excuse he does have is that Nico Collins, who's a dog on the outside, is out. But that doesn't mean you should throw the ball away, get the ball away. Do not mess it up. Play to your defense. And the third guy that's also in this category is Bo Nix. I am not a Bo Nix fan. When he was at Auburn, he did not play up to expectations, and I was very frustrated. He ruined Derrick Brown's senior season. I was very frustrated. Now, he has since changed the narrative about him. He's had good years at Oregon. He went to the NFL, had a good rookie year with the Broncos in terms of, being a good quarterback and run an offense. This year, he has not looked good offensively. The Broncos' offense does not look good, but their defense is amazing. They're #3 in scoring defense. You see the trend? You got subpar quarterback play, but amazing defense. That's the new trend in the NFL this season. If you got great defense, you can have mid quarterback play. Now, the Broncos last year got smacked by the Buffalo Bills, so this is also a rematch, and he has to have a little extra motivation to get his get back because they look bad. 31-7 last year, they got put out of the playoffs. So now, with a better defense, more experience, and a chance to beat up on a depleted Bills team who's out with a lot of injuries, it's really just, can Bo Nix not mess it up and allow the defense to go and hunt Josh Allen? That's the story for the game. Bo Nix has got to come through. If he does not, he is not going to be looked at as a game changer. He's not going to be looked at as a plus. He's going to be looked at as a liability for the Broncos. And he is also healthy. He doesn't have any excuses. He's healthy. His team is decently healthy. He should win this game based on that defense. But if he doesn't, that's the narrative. Now I'm going to quickly mention these 2 guys because they're playing with house money. They don't have any expectations. We're talking about Drake May and Caleb Williams. They've done more than anybody ever expected this season. They're very young, second year. I know Bo Nix is in his second year as well, but Drake May, Caleb Williams, they've had a great season. Caleb Williams has shown how clutch he is. Drake May has revived the New England Patriots with Mike Vrabel and the rest of the team. They're just playing with house money. They just got to go out there and not stink up the joint. That's really it. Win or lose, just play a decent game and no one will say anything. Now to the last topic, and we're not talking about quarterbacks because I don't think Brock Purdy really has anything to prove. The team is depleted. But we're going to give some love to Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan has done an amazing job this season. He's done an amazing job because he's out all his star pieces. Outside of Purdy and CMC, the team is depleted. No Fred Warner, no Nick Bosa, no George Kittle, no Brandon Ayuk. That is the majority of the core of the team. I remember when they were playing the Eagles in the playoffs and they had no quarterback. Brock Purdy had a messed up shoulder or elbow. The backup quarterback got knocked out early in the game, and they were out there just handing the ball off, trying to run wildcat, gadget type plays. And Kyle Shanahan is creative genius. Like, he was doing whatever he could, and it's shown now that he is just such a genius. He's been able to do so much more with so much less, and he got to get love. And that segues into my lesson today for athletes, and it's all about pressure. Playoff times is about pressure, and as an athlete, if you're feeling pressure and you're in a pressure moment, whether it's at the end of a game, at the end of a season, you have to understand that you're playing a sport. The sun, God willing, will rise again. The season will end, but your life will continue to go, God willing. And it's not the end of the world by you making a mistake, having a bad performance. It's okay. You can't be your own biggest enemy in those situations. It's just a game. Do not get in your own head and be your own biggest enemy before you even give yourself a chance to make a play. And me, myself, I definitely struggle with playoff pressure in college. My senior year, I'll never forget, we were playing Campbell. And it was in the conference tournament, win or go home. Season, career ends there unless you get to make a postseason tournament, which we did. And I did not have a good game. Offensively, defensively, I was not there. People could tell that I was feeling the pressure, and I'll never forget that. I was giving up buckets on offense. I was giving up buckets on defense. Offensively, I wasn't impacting the game. My energy was not right. I was a shell of myself in that moment. And from that point on, I vowed to myself that I would never allow myself to feel that way or perform like that in that type of moment, because at the end of the day, I did not give myself a chance to have a good game because I was afraid of the negative outcome before it even happened. And when you get in your head before it even happens, it's never going to end well. It's just not. You got to give yourself grace, give yourself a chance to perform. So I now take so much pride in playing well in the playoffs. I look forward to getting back into the playoffs. Last year, I did not get a chance to play in the postseason, and that sucked. So this year, I'm definitely looking forward to making a playoff push and having some great performances. At the end of the day, it's just a game that I love, and I'm not going to be my own biggest enemy. And I hope you do the same. And that wraps up today's episode. Like, subscribe, follow for more, and I'm going to keep these coming each week, man. I'm back.